Hi, my name is Brittany. I'm 26 years old and I've had Tourette syndrome since I was 7 years old. Making one of these videos has always been something that I've wanted to do, but I've always been really scared to do it. Writing about my Tourette's and letting people into my life, letting them into something so personal in my life is one thing, but making a video and letting strangers watch what I do with my body is another. I've never been embarrassed of my Tourette syndrome, but letting people on the internet who can be so cruel, especially in today's day and age, is a very scary thought. But I think videos like this are very important to make, and it's important for everyone to continue to be educated and for me to spread awareness about Tourette syndrome as I have done throughout my whole life. Tourette syndrome it's something that's so misunderstood because of what television makes it out to be. All my life, the first time I tell people that I have Tourette syndrome, I've always heard, "Oh, that's so cool. You get to swear all the time without getting in trouble." Or, "So you swear all the time?" Even though they've never heard me swear a day in my life. The swearing kind of Tourette syndrome is something called coproalia, and even though it's very, very real, not very many of us who have Tourette syndrome have that type of tics or that kind of Tourette syndrome. And those who do have it, I usually don't think it's very funny or a cool thing to have. I've seen countless of stories online about people who shout obscenities or swear in public over and over again because of their Tourette syndrome, get kicked out of restaurants, movie theaters, stores, because other parents don't understand what they're doing, and they don't want their child to get hurt, or they don't want their child to hear those kinds of words, and they don't understand what it is. So their first instinct is just to get the person out of there, even though they've told them sorry, even though they've told them countless of times that they have Tourette syndrome and it's out of their control. When I see stuff like that, it reminds me why I've always been so passionate about spreading awareness throughout my whole life. I don't want this Tourette syndrome to be such a stereotype anymore. I want to see TV portray it in a positive light. I want them to shed light on it. I don't want it to be a joke every single time I see it on a television show or a movie. I know everything gets made fun of all the time, and you have to learn how to laugh at yourself, especially when you have something like this. Otherwise, you don't even have a chance at having a slightly positive life. But I would like to see a show for once show Tourette syndrome as for what it really is, what it makes people do with their body, what a draining thing it can be. Having Tourette syndrome is emotional, it's physically draining, and it's mentally draining. Because even though there might be days where I don't tic that often, or there are times where you might be sitting across from me and you don't think that I'm ticking, I could still be ticking with a part of my body that you don't see. Or in my brain, I'm trying so hard to concentrate on not letting a tic out. It's just, even when it's not physically apparent, doesn't mean that I'm still going through a mental struggle as well with it. I want Tourette syndrome to be something that everybody knows about, not just something that somebody sees on television for what, not just something that people make fun of all the time. I want Tourette syndrome to be known because if I have children one day and that they, God forbid, have Tourette syndrome too, I want them to be able to be in a classroom with other students who have an understanding of it, who won't make fun of them, who won't stare, point, and laugh because they don't understand what's happening to them. I want teachers all over the United States to learn about this and spread awareness about it in their classrooms, and that is my goal. Even though I was afraid to make this video, and I was afraid to let people in on this kind of level into my life, I'm really glad I did, and I promise you this will not be the last video. I will cover a lot more topics about my life with Tourette syndrome, things that I go through with it, and how I deal with it. I don't know when my next video will be, but now that I've made the first one, I'm hoping that the next one will be a lot easier. So, as always, as I say on my blog, please feel free to ask me any questions you may have, anything at all. As the old cliche goes, there's no stupid question. I'm always an open book. I always take it as an opportunity to teach and educate somebody about something that I've been living with for a very, very, very long time. So please keep the conversation, or please keep the questions coming. And I guess until next time.